Hello, this is Kristen Codes, and I'm coding every day until I become a web developer. Today is day 12? Day 12, something like that. Um, so yesterday I said my computer just decided to rev up its engine or whatever. So yesterday I decided that I was gonna do the tip. No, it was a password generator. But I decided to take it easier today and do a different front end mentor challenge that did involve JSON, but it was very light. I'll show you the challenge right now, and then we'll get into the code. So go to pro. No, if I go to home and then I go to my challenges, it's this one right here. So as you can see, let me move me over here. Um, it's a, it is called the results summary component. You take these four scores, you average them, and put it right here. So yeah, here's the mobile version, and here is the desktop version. And so I created, which one is it? It's this one. Okay. So I created this, and so it's responsive, real stretchy, really fun. And then if I do like that, it goes like this. If I do like that, it goes like this. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So let's get into the code of it. And then Monday, which is tomorrow, I will start on the password generator. And I'm hoping I can finish that before Thanksgiving. So, okay, let's get into the code. All right. So, what I did was first I started with the HTML. From my last project, I learned that I'm gonna have to start with the HTML, get the class names or the IDs right, get the structure together, and then move on to the styling and try to get the class names right there, and any reusable things that I could put into the index. I'm not doing this justice, but like in my last project, I made a class called button. I put it on all the buttons, so then all the buttons had a general styling to them, stuff like that. Basically, my own version of, I guess, Bootstrap or Tailwind, which is that's what I was doing in the last project. Okay, so I started this project off with the style guide. The style guide gives you all the colors and stuff. I used a CS first. I used a CSS reset. Then I created the root, which contains different all of the different colors that I was going to use in the project. It got to a point, there's something with the free front end mentor challenges. Unless you get the Figma file, it's like the colors that they give you are slightly off. So I have to open the file in like Chrome, use the color picker, and then get the colors myself. And these are the colors that I got. And I recommend everybody does this when they get the front end mentor challenge. Just use the color picker, go through the colors, create your root variables, and then go about your business. Okay, I gave the whole entire document a height of 100%. Gave the body a height of 100%. Display flex. Then wrapped it wrapped the entire thing in the component wrapper. Let me move this. Okay, and I set that to flex. So then we could have the result section top, which is this, which houses the big average score and the messages. And then we have the summary which is the bottom part, which has the individual scores for reaction, memory, verbal, and visual. So what I did was I of course set all of this to flex. Then I set the inside of this what is it called, the results section. Let's go to the results section. Results section. I set that to flex. Column so that they can stack. Justify content and align item center. Text align center because I think, let me see what was happening. If I don't have that text align, okay. Text align center is redundant. I did it before I did the justify and align items, so I guess I could just go ahead and take that out. Actually, no, I can't because look. Hold on. Oh, I'm messing stuff up. Oh no. This is 8. I think this is 8:30. Okay. Summary section. No, results section. Results section. Results section. Okay. No, that's the result. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the text align center was something that was needed. I thought it wasn't because if you take it out and you save, this goes to the left. We don't want that. We want it to center itself. What is this? Why is that right there? Okay. Then I added a background image with a linear gradient, which is the, you can see there's a slight gradient going from a, it's like a kind of a royal blue purplish color. I forget, isn't that called periwinkle or something like that? To more of a bluish color at the bottom. And again, I had to use the color picker to get all that. All the text is white. The paragraph and this H1 has a bit of a transparency on it, an alpha layer on it, alpha in the the RGBA, the alpha, the A is the alpha part. And then I created this circle. I just gave the I put the height and the width in a variable, which is here in the root, the circle dimensions, because I didn't want to change the height and the width individually. And where are we? 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 Result circle. Okay, and then I set the result circle to flex. Sometimes I feel weird about setting just random things to flex, but it really does get the job done. And it really is, it makes it easier to center everything. So I set it to flex, column so it'll stack vertically, justify content, and align item center. Bam, all that is done. Then I added something I rarely do, which is add negative margin. I added negative margin to this because there was space in between both of them, and I didn't know how to see how this like the 7 ends right here, right? But there's still so much space on the top and the bottom. I didn't know how to fix that. So I just moved this up and it seems like it's okay. It seems like it's working fine. Nothing, I had no issues with it. So, that's it for this section. Then we have the summary section, which is display flex. We'll go to summary. Display flex, flex direction column, align item center, added a few gaps in the elements, self aligned this flex item, went in here, gave all of these, each span has a different name based on the card it is or the item that it is. So this one is the summary reaction score. This one is the summary memory score. This one is the summary verbal score, and this is the summary visual score, just to make it easier for me to target it in JavaScript. And here we have our button, which does absolutely positively nothing, but it is a button and we love it all the same. Let's get into the JavaScript. which is the fun part. So here's our JavaScript. So the first thing I did was gather all the elements I needed to update everything. So I got the score, which is this, set an ID of score to this and got this. The reaction score, the memory, verbal, and visual score. So bam, bam, and bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see they're really easy. By the way, when you do query selector by class, you need to remember the period. I don't know. Sometimes I forget the period. Some some functions are different where they want the period, or I don't know. I Google it. Whether I'm not gonna remember all that. All I'm gonna remember is that it needs the class, and I need a period. And if I don't remember and it's not working, I'm gonna Google it. So that's how that's gonna be. So I put all of these in variables. Then I let's see. Then I created a populate scores function. And this, actually, no, I created the update scores async function thing first. And this kind of tested me to see if I could remember my JSON. So I think I got to here, and then I was like, hold on, wait, what do I do? So we do a request. Okay, so we get the request URL. We create a new request object with the request URL. Then we create a variable called response, which is going to, and we fetch the request. Okay. Response, and then we take that response after we get it and put it in a different variable. And then I did populate score data. So what scores data does, populate scores, is it takes the scores data, and first I created variables, reaction, memory, verbal, and visual, because we're going to take these numbers and divide them by 4 and put that in the average variable, right? The const, average const. I want to floor this because this was giving me wild decimal points and shifting this to the left outside of the circle. We don't want that. And then we do reaction score, memory score, verbal score, visual score, text content equals the score in the data. So this score, this score, this score, this score, which is 80, 92, 61, 72, 80, 92, 61, 72. And I think that is it for this. So again, what I'm gonna, I don't know if this is gonna be a shorter video. I'm probably gonna talk about some things because there have been some things on my mind. Posting on YouTube was probably the best thing I could have done to kickstart off my adventure journey goal of becoming a web developer. I'm glad I did it. However, one thing that I want to focus on is focusing on the positivity and not being so concerned about the one negative or two negative voices. There could be a sea of positivity, and unfortunately, the negativity will linger in my mind longer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read some comments from the last week. So let's look at day 11. Okay. This one says, hi man, I usually don't. First, let me just go ahead and do all that. I've already read all of these, so don't fight me. Someone, and I'm gonna reply to these later on. This one says, hi man, I usually don't comment on videos on YouTube, but you seem pretty chill. Just came across this video thanks to my YouTube algorithm and wanted to say good job on finishing tip calculator. Looks really awesome. I'm also trying to learn some code myself, but still don't really know what field I want to jump in. My dream is to make some games, but making it as a solo dev when I have my 9 to 5 job is pretty challenging. But on the other end, I really like web development. Now I am learning Python because of some work project. Keep going with your coding. We'll try to catch up every day to help myself with motivation to code every day. Thank you, Daniel Kopecki, 2412. I think a lot of us have dreams. Let me move this out of the way. I think a lot of us have dreams to be game developers, and let me see. And I think a lot of us have that dream to become game developers, but it's just difficult, and sometimes it's just hard to do it. But I'm glad that you're actually out there trying to, you know, achieve your goals. Thank you so much. This one says, hey, really cool video. How are you motivated to learn when everything is around AI now and everybody says, especially in web dev field, that AI will replace them? This is something that man, this is something that I find both disturbing, and it's not only is it disturbing, but it also keeps me hopeful. Usually the best things in life take a certain degree of suffering, um, and something within me is telling me that regardless of what everybody's saying about AI and this, there will always be a need for people with skills who can get things done the right way. I've seen a lot of people vibe coding, and when I look at it, I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I'm pretty sure in the next 10 years is going to be even better. But there's still going to be a need for people who understand the code, who can get in there and just, make it work, who know, who understands what's going on under the hood. And it's crazy that I'm considering these higher level languages under the hood when they've just abstracted away some of the lower level stuff, and the lower level stuff abstracted away the even lower level stuff. And so now we're at this layer of abstraction where the only thing we have to learn how to do is give correct instructions. So to me, again, like in my first video, I'm very concerned about mastery, about learning a skill, about becoming competent, about working on teams with people and being a valuable asset to those teams. Um, I want to do this as a career, so I don't feel compelled to use AI. I'll use AI to create like problems. Like, hey, I'm trying to learn something. I create a problem in Chat GPT, and that's about it. Or sometimes when I Google something and I'm trying to find something, a question with JavaScript, the top answer with Google is the AI. I'll read that sometimes because it's quick. But a lot of the times I'm trying to go straight to the MDN docs, and y'all have seen me in other videos read that. So to answer your question, how do I stay motivated? I stay motivated because I have a goal in mind. I know that there's a life that I want to live. I know what my life has been like. I know what I want to achieve, and I'm going after that. And I just don't care what anybody has to say about it. There's people out there beating people's ass, like causing all types of mayhem and destruction in the streets. I'm just trying to learn how to code. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not destroying families. I'm not, ending lives, or I don't even know if I can say that on here. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not asking for a Lamborghini. I'm not asking for a super yacht, a mega yacht. I'm not asking to own a company. I'm just trying to learn the code so that I can have a career. And for some reason, it's like, even when we try to, as soon as we try to better our lives, people have all this noise comes and just tries to distract us. So I don't again, it's my own personal goal and the things that I want to achieve and a lifestyle that I want to have, and how I want to help the people around me, um, in case something happens to them. I want to provide. And so there's a lot that goes into why I'm doing it and why I'm recording every day. Maybe yours is different. Okay, let's go to the next video, which is this one that got a lot of views, which I'm kind of surprised about. I don't know what I did on this one to make y'all watch it, but here we are. This one says, okay, this Kodo Carrera says, keep going, buddy. The sea is vast, but you're building your ship. Be ready to sail. Thank you so much. Love to see people getting to web dev. I'm a self-taught dev myself, going on 4 years of experience professionally, and I love seeing people teaching themselves. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate comments like this. This gives me a lot of hope. It makes me happy when I see people who are already in the field and they are just like, hey, keep going. You're doing well. You know, somebody said, you will make it. Keep ahead. Love that. Thank you so much. This person said, keep it up, man. Thank you so much. This person said, don't burn yourself out focusing on coding so much. It is important to exercise that part of your mind, but you need to be okay with the struggle. If you're not familiar with learning theory, it is called desirable difficulty, not overwhelming difficulty, but desirable. I still recommend you investigate into unit testing because it looks like you already have a good skill set for exploring syntax and language features. You just need to expose yourself to the tool sets you can come across. I recommend investigating TDD, which I have no idea what that is, which we're going to discover what that is in a second, and giving it a good try, especially since you're so early on. It can undo a lot of strange habits. Eventually, it will also push you into a workflow that helps you manage cognitive load instead of avoid or brute force it. Okay, what is that? Test-driven development. Test-driven development in JavaScript is a workflow where you write automated tests before writing the application code. The process follows a cycle. Write a test and make it fail. Write the minimum amount of code to make the test pass, and then refactor the code while keeping the test passing. This approach helps ensure code quality, makes code easier to maintain, and provides living documentation. Okay. And then Free Code Camp has a test-driven development tutorial. Okay. So write a test that specifies the result you expect your calculator program to produce. So we have a function called addition calculator tester. It says if addition calculator 46 equals 10, console.log test passed, else console.error test failed. Develop your program. Develop the calculator program to pass the pre-written test. Run the test to check whether the calculator passed or failed the test. Okay. Refactor the test. That's interesting. Huh. I guess that will be the next thing I'm learning. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Somebody said, didn't know you could use the money sign in front. Let's see what he's talking about. You know what? I hold on. I discovered that on the fly. I was like, it only makes sense that I could put a money sign in front of this money sign and it would understand that it's text. So, that was just me doing stuff. I didn't know that was gonna work. When do you will become a web dev like completed? I have no idea. Where do you live? Oh my god, that's personal. Go to my GitHub. You might take a look at vibe coding. That is the future. And then somebody said, no, it isn't. Somebody said, your perception of modern era coding is flawed. I'm a software engineer at F250 Medium Tech in NYC. Yes, the amount of code we are physically typing out ourselves is vastly reduced compared to how much code was being manually written 5 years ago. But the reason we are able to create software at scale like that is because we have already went through the process of learning how to code manually on our own. It is these very skills you gain during the hardship of developing software without assistance that sets you up to be a great programmer and give you the authority to command LLMs to produce code for you while still retaining the credibility of a true software engineer. Don't fool yourself with such a simple outlook. Boop, boop. Thank you. It's almost like it's almost like people want to learn how to code, but they don't want to code. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just here. Okay, then we go to day, that was day 11, 10, and here's day 9. Okay, sticking with your fundamentals and what's true to what you want to learn is definitely worthwhile. No one knows where you're at in your journey better than you do. I look forward to tomorrow's video. Your progress and consistency is very inspiring. Thank you so much. This person also said Malachi is a real one. I love Malachi. Malachi has been a very good dog lately. He is very well trained. He is easy to deal with. All he wants to do is eat, cuddle, play catch, and chill, and get snacks. Someone said, bro, I'm a self-learner with no CS degree and so depressed, but your videos gave me hope. Keep going, brother. I hope you achieve your goal soon. It's another channel and another person that actually, hold on, you said I'm a self-learner with no CS degree and so depressed. Sometimes I've seen people who are in their computer science programs get it and can't really code. I've seen that before. I've seen, like, I remember before I graduated, I had a friend who was in computer science, and I said, "Hey, do you have like a portfolio of projects or something?" Dude didn't have anything. This is before we started using the word cooked. Somebody said, "I remember being where you are at with web dev. Writing HTML by hand is a canon event." Thank you. Next, try CGI scripts. You can make Python print out HTML straight to a web browser. CGI scripts, what are those? A program that scripts are CGI scripts are common programs that run on a web server to generate dynamic web content by acting as a bridge between a server and external applications. They allow web servers to process user input and return personalized content, but their inefficiency due to launching a new process for each request makes modern alternatives like fast CGI more common for high traffic sites. What is a CGI? Hold up, there's JavaScript CGI scripts? What were CGI scripts? Oh, is this something we still do? Looks like it's something we don't do. Do we still do this? Okay, I don't know about this one. Okay, we're not even gonna get into that. I don't think that's where I'm at yet. Okay. So that was day 9. Let's go to day 8. Okay. Somebody said you're doing amazing, man. Thank you for that. They were talking about the exercises in this video, and then people were explaining this, and I really appreciate y'all explaining this. Not only you did, hold on, this guy, oh, why did I not notice this? Experimenting with refactoring things is good and all, but if you're already feeling comfortable with the idea of keeping a balance of reusability and readability, you can focus on sensing out when either of these should take precedence and start thinking about things at a higher level. Using a test first approach is a great way to do outside in and will help you organize your thoughts overall. It's probably a very good idea to learn how to test first early on in your career. Dry is not necessarily never repeat yourself. I remember reading this, but I don't understand why I didn't focus on this part. Uh, by the way, I don't know who this person is, but you have permission to be very blunt and say, "Hey, you should learn this." I'm all for that. I don't care. I'm not sensitive about it. If you feel like I should learn something and you know it's going to help and it's something that software engineers need, just tell me. My friend Steven, y'all should check out his channel. He's really good. I'm old, so I thought that meant looking for group because I used to play MMOs growing up, but it means let's F and go. And then he explained the that double. I'm not even gonna go into that right now because I know how I am with certain operators and stuff. So I'm just gonna say thank you for this, and I will come back and read this later. I already read it once or twice. I should say thank you to everybody, not just a couple of people. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that. Thank you. Thank you. I read all of these. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I said thank you, thank you, thank you. How long do you think it will take you for you to be done with what? And then I just put thank you. Thank you. um See, we got day 8. We got day 7. Okay, day 7. Somebody said for a framework, pick Svelte Kit, Chef's Kiss. I will touch frameworks when I'm ready. And I think the first framework I'll probably ever touch is React. This person says, I'm probably going to end the video right here. This is day 7. This guy said, or gal, another day, another video. I'm very excited to see what is going on today. It's motivating to see how you learn all these things and how you genuinely take your time to also explain some things to us. I like the no edit style videos because it truly feels like it's just you and us. I like the way you explain it and mention the things from previous days as well. It keeps us on our toes. What I have learned so far is a lot, but something I have to do more often is the documentation about what each block of code does. Seeing it the way you do it makes it so much more organized. Again, keep up the great work. I'm absolutely loving the videos, and something that's also great is that the video is uploaded right when I wake up. So a great way to start the day by learning new stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that comment. I think I replied to that. Yes, I really appreciate this comment. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate that comment. I read all of them. Every single one of them. I already read these, but I'm just reading them over again because the whole point of me doing this right now is to stay focused on the positive and not the negative. Oh, here he is again. Honestly, not a lot of people make this type of content. I must say, I absolutely love the concept. It isn't just something for us, but it's also a personal journal of everything you have learned up until now. The videos are also super well made. They don't seem forced, and there's just a relaxing feeling to it. Keep up the great work. I can't wait to see the upcoming days. Happy to be a part of this journey, and I'm happy that you're a part of it. I'm happy to be a part of your journey too. I don't know specifically what you're doing, but we're in it together. Somebody said, James Quinlan, love seeing these videos pop up on my discovery feed. Keep it up, dude. You're crushing. This was me 10 years ago. Fully self-taught, just grinding challenges like this to learn everything I could after getting a completely unrelated degree. This part, though, a completely unrelated degree. Y'all, I'm not saying that my graphic design degree was useless, but I am here now learning this. So do what you will with that piece of information. I remember getting hung up on hung up all the time learning CSS and HTML, and then eventually feeling comfortable enough to introduce JS and going back to feeling like I didn't know anything. And now I do senior level software engineering for startups. Wow. All this to say that I'm stoked for you because I know the journey you're on and have seen where it can lead. Subscribe. Thank you so much. These type, and I even said that these are the type of messages that keep me going and give me hope. Because I won't lie, this week I did have, I did feel some doubt. I was like, man, is this gonna work out with everything that's going on? I keep seeing news about the economy and then these AI bubbles and then these layoffs and all of this. But it's the people that are actually in the field, actually doing web development, that are a lot more optimistic about me learning and about being a motivational force. So again, I want to focus on those ideas. Hello, I just seem to notice that your webcam is in the top. Thank you for this. Thank you. My webcam was in the way, blocking all different types of stuff. Somebody said, please try cursor. I'm begging you. Somebody said, no, don't do it. I mean, do what you want, but I think as a dev with 4 years of experience, learn the fundamentals with no Ella. I'm pretty sure that's he means Ella. I don't know what LSP means, but I know he means AI. Then if you want to start using it, it can become a crutch without you realizing. It's death by 1,000 cuts. I've seen seniors fall to this. Just focus when learning on not relying on external tools and just reading the documentation. It's not a joke. That's how you build that skill to code without any internet connection and be able to add new features. Of course, though, if you already feel competent and don't need to look up every single thing, then you can experiment with AI. But all your weak areas shouldn't be used with AI until you understand it, in my honest opinion. By the way, awesome viz, dude. Keep at this. If you work hard, you ain't guaranteed to get it. Focus on working hard, but direct it in a smart way. Reflect a lot, and you'll grow exponentially. You got this. Thank you so much. I can't pronounce that. I agree, especially at this stage of learning. Do not use AI tools to abstract away the actual engineering and tinkering. I think it's fine to resort to AI help if you're really banging your head against the wall, but only to nudge you in the right direction. E.g., I thought the justify content CSS rule moved things horizontally, but in my case, it's moving them vertically. Oh yeah, that's because the display, that's flex direction. Flex direction column or row changes how that's dealt. But so much of the slow, patient struggling that junior devs experience is exactly how true understanding is achieved. I do enjoy learning the fundamentals. I'm okay with it. I know AI exists. I'm not going to use it. So all the future comments about AI and stuff, I will happily read your message, your comment, and I will send it to HR and they can deal with it. And then I'll move on to my next challenge. So again, we are working our way through front end mentor, doing all different types of JavaScript and HTML and CSS. And tomorrow, I will start on the password generator app. Okay, today I felt like I needed to take it easy and do something simple like the other one. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful week. I hope you travel safe if you're doing traveling for Thanksgiving. And thank you for watching my videos and going on this journey with me. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a good one.